everybody. Just want to throw some quick thoughts out there today. Um, I have received, a good number of comments on my last video that was about veganism, ex-veganism, and whatnot. But I've also had some follow-up conversations with folks who really, have raised a topic, if you will, and it seems to be a recurring theme. So one of the things that seems to be recurring and that a lot of people have said to me over the years since I've been vegan, which is like almost 6.5 years now, is that, vegans are always trying to make people feel guilty or, that we're just trying to, yeah, basically just make you feel guilty about harming animals or whatever. So that, we're always playing that angle. But here's the thing. Nobody can make you feel guilty. Nobody can make you feel anything. Sure, there are psychological tactics and there, mental abuse happens and, being gaslit about certain things. I mean, definitely there are circumstances where you can, cause others to be in a certain emotional or whatever state. But when it comes down to feeling guilty about harming animals or eating animals or being part of that cycle of suffering, vegans can't make you feel guilty about that. All we can do is state the facts, the actual reality of the situation. And if your reaction to that is that you feel guilt, or more importantly, that you feel remorse about being part of this, causing unnecessary suffering to animals, then, I mean, that's actually a good thing. That means that something within you recognizes that this unnecessary suffering is just that, unnecessary, and that you don't want to be a part of it, or that you at least don't feel good about it. So, these are feelings, these are reactions that come from within you, and if a vegan pointing out what happens to animals triggers that within you, then that really is a positive thing. And it's not vegans making you feel guilty. It's the truth being a catalyst for you recognizing and maybe exploring your own morals, your own beliefs, and how you respond to learning the truth about a situation. So, and I know that I was there. I said to Jamie many years ago when I was just going vegetarian, like, or not even vegetarian, just like cutting back on meat and stuff, I would always say to her, "Oh, you just always make me feel so guilty for eating meat, or you make me feel so guilty for this." But no, I mean, it took me a while to realize it, but no, she wasn't making me feel guilty. She was just telling me this is the reality of the situation. And I learned on my own, well, obviously with some inspiration and with some help, but, I had to recognize on my own and I had to accept on my own. That was the final piece, accepting it, that my guilt, my remorse was in fact me just recognizing that I was living outside of my morals. I was doing something that wasn't in alignment with how I felt about animals, how I felt about life, and the kind of respect and love for animals that I'd always kind of convinced myself that I had. So she wasn't making me feel guilty, but the truth allowed me to recognize within myself that I needed to make changes, and I needed to live in a way that actually aligned with my morals. And so it did take a little bit, but eventually I did become vegan, and it's been almost 6.5 years now. And so, I think it's just really important to recognize that you need to take accountability for your own feelings. Again, yes, there will be situations whether, maybe you're in an abusive mental relationship or, there are toxic relationships, obviously, that can affect one's emotional and mental state. And I'm not dismissing those. But when it comes down to it, a vegan telling you that, hey, animals suffer and billions of them are slaughtered per year and it's all unnecessary. If that makes you feel guilty or remorseful, that is a good thing. And that reflects upon you in a positive way. That means that you recognize that you don't want to be part of these atrocities, that you don't want to contribute to that unnecessary suffering. And so it will take a little bit for you to explore that and then, see what that really means to you. But hopefully you will eventually recognize that, you know what, enough is enough, and you can start living in alignment with your morals, and hopefully you will go vegan. But we're certainly not making you feel guilty, and just accept the truth for what it is. Animals are killed by the billions, the trillions, actually, if you include sea life, which you should, every year. And we don't need any of it. It's not necessary. We don't need it for our health. We don't need it for our convenience. Anybody watching this video, anyway, I mean, yes, obviously there's always going to be those remote tribes, those people who live outside, in food deserts. And you know what? So to the way less than 1% of the human population that applies to, this video is not for you, and you're not my audience. But for those of us who are watching this video and recognizing, yeah, we could just eat plants, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, just wanted to throw a few quick thoughts out there on that. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. Have you ever been made to feel guilty as a vegan, or as a non-vegan rather, by a vegan? And did you feel that way and then maybe end up going vegan like I did, and recognizing that your guilt was just yourself telling you things got to change? All right, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.